It's a way to show how much you love something and to share that love with others. It's fun to make a costume. It's fun to geek out with others who like the same things you do. Fun to step out of your everyday life and identity for a little while. This is Cosplay, the past, the present, and the future in South Africa.
For me, cosplay is just this fun and getting to wear these crazy outfits and sewing and seeing friends and doing fun photo shoots.
Recreate something I've seen in a film, something that costume designers or filmmakers or CGI specialists have worked so hard to do. I'm trying to recreate it with cardboard.
And all that, just people just there, just having fun and just enjoying, celebrating their fandoms, on this different, it's a level of artistic expression.
Cosplay has definitely brought me out of my shell.
It has always kind of seemed to me like a pretty awesome form of self-expression.
Meeting up and making new friends, it means a sense of community. It just means so much and so many good things.
Don't close your eyes. Cosplay is so much more than just dressing up. It's a form of self-expression, a way for you to break free from the bonds of conformity, a way for you to manifest your true identity, who you really are.
My real name is Luke Andalise, but I go by the cosplay name, Luda's Cosplay. My sister and I used to work at the same company making costumes and mascots, and we always used to say how cool would it be to do this character one day, and if we ever go to a convention and one day, my sister said, well, why don't we go to FanCon, FanCon in Cape Town? And I was like, yeah, okay. And she's like, why don't we dress up? And I was like, okay, because we're so used to making costumes for other people. We never really, I worked there for almost 8 years or just over 7 years, and we only went to one Halloween party in that whole time. We so then we decided, okay, well, let's go all out and just have fun. And at that time I was a massive fan of Game of Thrones. And I decided, okay, well, if I had to do it, I'd probably do Jon Snow, because a lot of people used to say, oh, you look a little bit like Jon Snow, when I had my beard and everything. So I said, okay, well, I'll do Jon Snow.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
And we were only supposed to make one costume just for fun, my sister and I. And then obviously we were like, wait, there's 2 days, we need to make 2 costumes. So, I know that superheroes is always quite popular at conventions, and I thought, well, you know what, maybe I should do a really chilled version of Gambit from X-Men. So I did a very chilled version. I will never show those pictures anymore. And then, I did Jon Snow. I think the reason why I did Jon Snow is because I used to put this wig on at work, and everybody used to laugh at me saying, you look just like Jon Snow. And I used to impersonate him saying, I'm a bastard, and just walk around pretending I'm Jon Snow with a wooden Spartan sword, pretending I'm Jon Snow at work. So I don't know, it was always kind of that was it.
The way I got started was actually quite a funny story, because I've always been into dress up. My birthday's on Halloween. So I've always loved dress up. My family's always been that crazy family who goes all out for dress up theme parties. And I grew up in a small town that wasn't really into it. And I was always that one person who went overboard at Halloween parties. And people used to say to me, you need to get a life. And then I moved up to Joburg, went to rAge, which was my first convention ever. And I saw all these cosplayers. And it was like I'd found my people, because not only were they excited to see me, they were on a completely other level of cosplay that really challenged me and blew my mind at how talented they were. And I just loved being part of this community.
Well, ironically enough, I was first exposed to it at rAge. Man, and I think this was probably in 2008 or something like that. The con has been at the Dome all the time, so it was there. I can't quite recall any details. That's a long time ago. Just throughout the years, it's always something that I wanted to try, and I think my wife actually eventually pushed me into doing it. So she pretty much put together the whole costume for me at the time. She's one of those people that can do anything. or make anything, and that was in 2014. I cosplayed Vega from Street Fighter.
Get started in cosplay, I would say you can start anywhere. There are some people who begin cosplay strong and they come out of nowhere with a really great costume and you're like, where the heck did they come from? And then there are some that, just go to a China mall and buy a Wonder Woman dress. And that's great. That's still cosplay. You don't have to make it for it to be cosplay. You can buy it from China Mall, you can have someone else make it. If you don't have a creative bone in your body, if you don't have an artistic bone in your body, pay someone to make it for you. There are so many cosplayers out there who do this as a business and are trying to make this their full-time job by making costumes for others, so support them. And, if you can't afford them, go to China Mall and buy a Wonder Woman corset, There's really no wrong way to cosplay. And it doesn't matter what your size is, what your race is, what your gender is. You can cosplay absolutely anything. And anyone who says otherwise doesn't get it. And there's enough of us in the community who will support newbies.
The biggest thing about cosplay is literally have fun. Like, don't worry about anyone's opinions. I know that's harder to say, but it's also a bit easier when you do have the wig and the makeup on. And just don't listen, because their opinions do nothing to you. Sticks and stones.
Last year that we were going to go and experience, and rAge actually was my very first convention that I went to. And it was also the very first time I dressed up. So I was really, really excited, and I just thought it was amazing. And I mean, at the time, I didn't know about different cosplayers or anything. I just thought to myself, there's not going to be really anybody in South Africa. And I was surprised at how many people there actually were that were cosplay.
Cosplay may seem like a group of people with a lot of free time on their hands, but there is much more than meets the eye. As their skills grow, so do their financial opportunities, converting their hobby into a possible profession.
So, I've been, like I said previously, I've been working in the costume industry for almost 10 years. I worked for a costume and mascot manufacturing company. We did some of the very big mascots, Simbalai and Jelly Tots, Ushaka Marine World, Ratanga Junction. We did all those sort of mascots, and I designed a lot of mascots as well. I decided, nope, I need to move on. I need to find my own path in life, and I started my own business in making costumes for cosplayers. And not Halloween so much. I get a lot of people asking me, can you make me a Wonder Woman costume for my 1-year-old? And I'm like, it's not really what I do. But yes, I'm a full-time costume maker and cosplayer. It's a lot of fun, very stressful.
I just cosplayed for fun and cosplay for me, and unintentionally I've developed a reputation for being the go-to girl when there's a film premiere and someone wants a cosplayer at it who can make a costume for that film within 24 hours notice. That's become my way of standing out. So I often get calls from iconic brands or Warner Brothers or Ster-Kinekor saying, well, we've got this premiere this Friday. Today's Thursday, can you make it? And I go, okay, and then quickly whip up a costume. within no time and no money.
You should never give somebody something for free if they're going to benefit from it. I'm not talking about like charity or anything like that. If there's a company who is in it to make profit and they would like to use you to further that end, you shouldn't be giving that to them for free, because they're getting something out of it. You should be getting something back as well. It's a sort of mutual, almost symbiotic thing.
Every costume contest, every stage, and every judge is different. There is no definitive way to win an award. Therefore, the first reason to participate should always be to have fun.
Easily adapted to the high life. Dressed to impress like it's prom night. And when you live in top shelf, you know you gotta set the bar high. Had the same dreams since we was kids. Big trips, big cars, and even bigger cribs. Never thought that it would happen just the way it did. Fast forward that now, it's just the way we live. That's good food and drinks. My mood makes you think that this life's made for a king. The room starts to shake, so smooth if you blink, you might just miss the whole thing. It's just a...
Judging cosplays it's tough. It's mentally and physically very taxing.
They want to see like, sewing. They want to see embroidery. They want to see, who knows, woodwork, bloody leather work. Like anything you could imagine. Like if you can pick something that's got a lot of aspects about it, it's a good opportunity to delve into those techniques and try things out.
All the competitions sort of follow the same pattern. So they have like a solo category, they have a masters category. So solo would be your beginners and your intermediates, and masters would be masters.
The masters division is primarily, they're looking for three things: how well you sew, your attention to detail, and your overall look. So
what excites me about it is that I get to see all the inside scoop of all the cosplayers that take part. So you get to know exactly how they made stuff. And as a cosplayer myself, I learn so much from them because they have all the different techniques of doing things and how they made these things come to life. It's very rewarding in that sense.
When people are bringing such big, amazing looking cosplayers, I understand for the judges, they then got to get into the nitty gritty, overall you can look freaking amazing.
It makes me feel so incredibly proud of what people can accomplish in our community, especially. So I don't know, I like it. It has its ups and downs, but I think definitely the pros outweigh the cons.
Fortunately, and there's a lot of people who don't know how to accept the fact that sometimes you can do everything right on the day and still lose.
With great costumes and great designs, it's only natural that photographers would approach you, but how do you know if it's safe?
That's a good question, because we have had incidences in the past where people with cameras have used as an excuse to lure cosplayers away from the con and take unfavorable pictures of them, or have uploaded them onto websites or whatever. They've taken advantage of cosplayers in the past who are too trusting.
So when you're doing a photo shoot, especially when you don't know the photographer, even if you do know the photographer, pick a friend, pick two friends, always organize a safe space.
I mean, don't go to a person's house. It would be better to go to a sort of neutral studio space or a location or something. Generally speaking, don't put yourself at the mercy of a complete stranger.
If you are wanting to take pictures, ask permission, be polite, don't be creepy, and absolutely tag them in the pictures that you take if you're going to upload them onto Instagram or whatnot. Credit where credit is due is a very, very big deal amongst cosplayers, because often photographers will take pictures and then we never ever see that picture, which can be very frustrating, especially when you've had hundreds of photos taken of you all day and all you want is one good photo for your own Instagram and you can't find it because the photographers don't even bother to find out who you are.
Making sure you're safe. Ask a few friends if they've worked with this photographer. Ask a few cosplayers if your friends aren't that big in the community yet.
Other big thing is we have tags that we wear when we don't want photos taken, like we're taking a lunch break, or we're just sitting down for a sec, or we're taking a part of our costume off just to breathe, which is a big thing. If you're wearing masks or helmets or corsets, you sometimes just want to take it off for a sec and sit down. And then when cameras start clicking away, when you're like that and you've got the tag on that says no photos please, that is very rude.
Just because some are portraying your favorite character does not mean they are open to be treated the way the character would want to be treated. Cosplay does not mean consent. It is important to remember to respect them as you would want to be respected.
I'm the one you won't look in the eye, no. Yeah, well, I guess she was headed for you down that road. soon is coming to take everything you know.
Honestly, if you do get harassed, firstly, I'm sorry that you have to face that. Secondly, be open about it. Don't keep quiet. Don't allow it. Don't think, oh, it's just a quick photo and then no, because if one does it, more are gonna do it. You've got to immediately put your foot down. Lift your hand if it's a hand. Stop touching me if someone's touching you. Say no. You are allowed to say no. Please feel no one is entitled to you because you are a cosplayer. You are a con goer. You have paid to be there. You have just as much rights as anyone else.
That is one big factor in cosplay, is the lack of respect. A lot of people don't realize how much work goes into cosplay. They don't respect the factor that you have worked hard on your costume, or you're passionate about your character, or just that you're a human being in general.
You need to speak up, and that's not a very easy thing to do in the moment. So what I've found helps me is I kind of like prepare in my mind beforehand. Well, if this happens, if someone does something to me that I don't like, this is what I'm going to say.
The problem is, like, especially new cosplayers, they don't know what to do. So their first reaction is to, let it go, it'll end, and then it's done. But the problem is that person, if they do it to you, they're gonna go and do it to the next person as well, and the next person, and the next person. Because sometimes, unfortunately, we tend to look like the fantasy.
I'm a warrior, I'm a force field, I'm a castle wall you can stand behind. I'm a soldier from a different kind, I can never die, you keep me alive.
I think people like maybe appreciate, or people that come to know what I do, or maybe enjoy what we do, is that there's like a family aspect about.
I saw all these cosplayers, and it was like I'd found my people, because not only were they excited to see me, they were on a completely other level of cosplay that really challenged me and blew my mind at how talented they were, and I just love being part of this community.
You keep me alive.
Like cosplay is like, for me, it's actually the community. It's just really great to see other people who enjoy it so much and take it to their level.
And it's introduced me to my best friends, and that's a sort of priceless, invaluable thing.
Then I love entering competitions, for example, especially performance. I love performing as my favorite characters and just bringing my characters to life. I see cosplay as an homage to the creator.
A platform for me to express my creativity and challenge myself creatively. I've always been a very creative person, but cosplay really challenges me to be all that more creative and think outside the box to recreate something I've seen in a film.
Community that gives you so much confidence in yourself if you didn't have it before. So the day, it's something fun, it's something amazing. It's a great way to meet people who are like-minded, just like you.
Meeting up and making new friends, it means a sense of community. It just means so much and so many good things.
And it's also a sense of community, because the cosplay community is so warm and welcoming and like-minded creative individuals who really hype each other up and help each other. The few that break cosplayers down don't last long.
You keep me alive.